He refuses to resign in Colorado. He said, I'm not coming back until Colorado offers me a deal. And a deal that's, like, pretty decent, I'm assuming. If you look at what Duchesne's getting paid, there's no way they're going to offer him the same. If you put him...
Ryan O'Reilly's a checking line center, though.
He's not a checking line
He's a third-line center.
On the Avalanche, he is.
At best, he's a number 2.
No. I don't believe that for a second. He had more points than Bozak telling me he's a checking line center. More points than Bozak.
He also played with Gabriel Landeskog, though.
Yeah, and if he plays with Kessel and Lupo, what's going to happen then? Oh, you didn't hear that coming,
you're getting the petition out to bring Ryan O'Reilly to Toronto.
I'm not joking, though. Like, you have to think of the positives here. Look at Bozak. Why would you go
for a guy, though, like Matt Duchene? Matt Duchene only had 28 points. He's his second or third overall.
They're never going to trade Matt Duchene. Are you insane?
He had 28 points last year.
Ask me why.
Why not go for Paul Stastny?
Paul Stastny's too old. He's older than... I'm pretty sure he's the same age as Lupo. You really want to trade, like, Gardner for a Lupo?
Are you saying 26 is old?
Okay, fine.
He's 27.
Let me ask you.
Paul Stastny's 27.
You have to be a good hockey guy to understand this. I'm asking you this, and I hope you give me an honest answer.
I always do.
Matt Duchene. Fine, you're telling me let's go after Matt Duchene.
I'm not saying let's go after Matt Duchene. I'm saying, why would you go after Ryan O'Reilly?
Because it's an easier sell. They will get
Don't you
less.
think if Colorado thought Ryan O'Reilly was the real deal, they would try to move Stastny or Duchene and put Riley up to the second line?
No. Stastny is far better than a Ryan O'Reilly.
The guy that they've always talked about moving has been Stastny. You should know he's always been connected to Toronto as being a number 1 center.
But why would the Leafs inquire about Stastny? Like, unless they want to win now. It's like going to get Roberto Luongo. If you're going to get Stastny, get Luongo then.
Stastny had, in his first full season, he had 78 points in 82 games.
Well, whoop-de-doo. I don't care about Stastny.
71, and he had 36 and 45, 79 and 81. Wow, these are quiet 70 points. And then the last 2 years have been down years, 57 and 74 and 53 and 79.
Okay, well, my point is, if you look up Ryan O'Reilly's stats playing on the third line, as you say he's playing...
Ryan O'Reilly had 55 points, I looked.
55 points in the third line.
Bozak
played with Kessel and Lupo, and he only got 47.
He wasn't on the third line, though, the whole time. They had him on the power play unit, too. They had him penalty killing.
That's fine. Is Bozak on the power play? No, he's not.
My question is, when you think of a number 1 center, you don't think of Ryan O'Reilly. But if they bring Ryan O'Reilly in, great. More competition.
But think of...
More depth up the middle.
Okay, so you tell me. If it gets to April...
This is your last point.
Fine. I know you want to get to the NFL. Or Kaepernick. I want to get to Kaepernick. Yeah. Let's just put Kaepernick on skates and put him with the Leafs. He would run that team. Anyways,
God.
We got 10 15 minutes. Relax. No. Anyways, if you weigh the options, by April, the trade deadline's on the 3rd. I know I said it was the 5th a couple shows ago. It's on the 3rd.
3rd, yeah.
It's on the 3rd.
Free agency's on the 5th, July.
If the Leafs are in the middle of the pack or lower, you could make a deal like that because you know that you're not going to lose enough games to draft an elite center. And even then, you're going to have to wait at least a year.
A couple of years, yeah.
No, I don't know about a couple of years. Jonathan Drouin and Nathan McKinnon could play next year.
Galchenyuk's not going to start with Montreal.
Who cares about Galchenyuk? That's last year. I'm talking about this year.
I know.
Listen, if Galchenyuk starts against the Leafs, I'm throwing my converter at the television. But anyways, the Leafs should have got Galchenyuk. Anyways, you're like tense, man. You want to get to this? Okay.
I don't. We're just running short on time like we always do.
Anyways, so we can. I don't know. Who would you trade for Ryan O'Reilly? Quickly.
Bozak and.
Bozak. No. No centers. We're not trading centers.
I can't win.
But seriously, think of what Colorado has and what they need. They don't need centers.
Clearly, you've thought about this. Who would you trade?
I wouldn't be. I would trade Gardner.
Okay. So, if you missed NFL on this weekend, you missed the show that Colin Kaepernick put on for the San Francisco 49ers.
God.
Sorry, I'm losing my concentration here.
He has been dying to talk about this.
No, you've been dying to talk about this. I'm just not going to get in an argument why I would trade Jake Gardner for Ryan O'Reilly.
Well, then who would you trade him for? Duchesne? Fine, Duchesne. But they would never trade Duchesne for... Why would they do that? Who's going to be the number one center then? Exactly. They trade O'Reilly because he doesn't want to sign with the Avalanche. Okay, Kaepernick, go.
Colin Kaepernick, 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, ran for a record for a quarterback, 181 for 2 touchdowns, 4 TDs in total. Not going to lie, I had Green Bay picked for this game. I didn't think Green Bay was going to lose to a Colin Kaepernick-led San Francisco 49er team.
I don't know about you, but if a guy's going to hit on my girlfriend, I hope it's Kaepernick.
This guy's unreal. The way he
know.
runs, he threw the ball perfect. As the season's gone on, he's just gotten better and better. Is San Francisco going to win the Super Bowl? I mean, first they got to get by Atlanta, but... with that defense that they got and
Atlanta's pretty
and the
good,
running
but-
game, they're in,
think you
they're
could
in
see-
Atlanta too. But the way San Francisco's played, unbelievable.
If Kaepernick has a game similar to that, I believe they'll win the Super Bowl.
Colin Kaepernick's the type of guy, the prime example of where the quarterbacks are shifting in the NFL. I mean, look at RG3, look at Russell Wilson. Kaepernick comes in, running quarterbacks that can. Did you see the long run that he had with the option play? He had the whole stadium fooled on who had the ball, and he just takes off, and he was untouched.
But you know what the difference is between him and RG3 is he does it right. I know that you need to be able to take hits without getting injured. RG3 doesn't have that down yet.
No.
Unfortunately for him.
What worries me about RG3 is he was hurt, I think, 3 different times this year.
Oh, God.
And it's only his first year.
And he still played.
Yeah.
Like that, to me, fine. If you get injured 3 times even, that's fine. But why is he playing a game after the first time? He's your star. He's your star player. It's like Andrew Luck. If he got a bad knee injury and they played him again in the next game, the fans would be like, what the hell are you doing?
Jeopardize, 15 years for one game.
Exactly.
Doesn't sound very logical.
And were the Redskins really contender for the Super Bowl?
Not really, but then again, ask yourself: was Seattle really a contender?
I think they were. Seattle has been building momentum.
Seattle
for the season
looked like they were down and out against Atlanta, down by 20 points in the fourth quarter, and Russell Wilson does it again. And I can't believe that the guy was taken in the 3rd round.
I love Russell Wilson.
He's 5'9" or 5'10". And they said that
and he owns the field.
Exactly. And they said that if he was 2 inches taller, he would have been a top 3 draft pick.
And he's proving people
2
wrong.
2 inches makes a difference? Unbelievable.
He's proving people wrong. That's the bottom line.
I'm not going to lie, I was not high on Seattle at all this year. They were one of those...
They beat Buffalo really badly.
At first, they were one of those teams that it just seemed that they were getting these wins against easy teams, and then they had the fluke call against Green Bay, where the replacement ref called a touchdown instead of an interception, and it was just kind of one of those, they'll fall off, and then it almost seemed like Seattle got better and better and better.
And it's due to no small part to Russell Wilson.
He's the main part. Well, Marshawn Lynch too, but... Could you imagine if Matt Ryan doesn't lead Atlanta down the field in 30 seconds for a field goal? Seattle's facing
wins.
San Francisco, and we're talking about the 2 up-and-coming quarterbacks facing each other and Colin Kaepernick.
That would be a matchup. That would be crazy.
That'd be great. Unbelievable.
Kaepernick versus Wilson.
But yeah, Atlanta, Matt Ryan shows why he's one of the best, and he leads his team down. I don't know if you saw... When they were about to kick the field goal, they had kicked the field goal and originally missed, but the Seattle coach called a timeout, so he got to redo the field goal and he made it. So that hurts if you're a Seahawks fan.
Well, I think that's the dumbest rule ever. But anyways, I'm a hockey fan. That's why.
Last thing is let me ask you a question. If you're winning by a touchdown with 30 seconds left, and the other team is at their own 30-yard line, what are you doing? What kind of coverage are you playing? you're probably going to prevent a touchdown. That's your ultimate goal. They can have 10 yards, they can have 15 yards, but you're not going to give up a big 40-yard, 50, 60, 70-yard touchdown pass that Joe Flacco threw. And I read
Flacco was just
I read a point on Twitter. The Denver Broncos had a 99% chance to win that game with 2 minutes left in the game because they had the ball at the 2-minute warning, 3rd and 9. They weren't able to capitalize and they had to punt the ball back. But they had a 99% chance to win. And they had Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning throws a big interception in OT, and Ray Lewis goes on to face New England. Unbelievable.
So, give me your winners. Give me your Super Bowl matchup.
Right from the beginning, I said Atlanta, New England, so that's what I'm going to stick with. I think you're going San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco, New England.
Yeah, New England? Okay.
Okay, so let's... Who's going to win the Super Bowl then? San Francisco, New England, Atlanta?
I would hate to say New England.
I know, me too.
I'm going to say Atlanta, though.
Really?
Yeah. Who are you going with?
I'll go for the 49ers.
49ers, and I got Atlanta, both against New England. And last but not least, Saturday night, who's winning the game?
I think the Leafs will win.
You think the Leafs are winning?
I do.
I think Montreal's winning.
I hope Montreal
what's
wins.
your score?
I think the Leafs will win 3-2 in OT.
I say Montreal wins
3-2 OT.
5-2.
Montreal wins 5-2.
Yeah, I think they just...
Did they get like superstar players without us knowing?
We'll find out Saturday who's right and who's wrong.
So
that's Blue Lunch for this week. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, and hopefully the Leafs win. Go Leafs, go.